So the Republicans have had to be wall-to-wall dishonest in defending Trump recently. I mean, think about it from the perspective of Epstein. Trump is covering up the Epstein files and the fact that he's in them, and really tried to shut it down and move on quickly. And the Republicans are coming up with all sorts of ways to cope and seethe about that, but effectively they circle the wagons and they protect him. We've also seen that happen with Elon and Trump massively destroying the NOAA and the NWS, destroying our weather forecasting ability. Then we have really severe weather roll through Texas. People die as a result of flooding. They are desperately trying to say, don't politicize this thing, which is inherently political. Don't say we could have prevented this thing, which we obviously could have prevented. And it's getting to the point now where it is comical. So here we have Governor Hot Wheels, and he is in Texas. Of course, I'm talking about Abbott. Look how hard he tries here to run cover for MAGA and Trump. Look how hard he tries to coddle his nuts, even though effectively they were caught red-handed, just leading to the deaths of these innocent kids, right? A bunch of over 20 kids dead, over 100 people, and there's still like 161 missing or some crazy number like that. Here we go. Let's watch.
We know a special session's coming in about 10 days. That's where, I would say, where it begins. Candidly, those investigations will begin by both the House and Senate before we go into session. So probably beginning later this week or the early part of next week, there'll be committees formed that are already kind of working on ideas about ways to address this. Second part of the question needs to be addressed. You ask, I'm going to use your words. Who's to blame? Know this. That's the word choice of losers. Let me explain what...
Hey man, who's to blame? This horrible tragedy that definitely could have been prevented with a better warning system. Who's to blame? Pfft, bro, that's the mindset of losers. What? How are you going to fix something if you don't figure out what the problem was and who caused it? There is no answer to oh my God. Oh my God. They're so bad at this. They don't even know how to bullshit well. Oh my God.
Who's to blame? Know this. That's the word choice of losers. Let me explain one thing about Texas. And that is, Texas, every square inch of our state cares about football. You could be in Hunt, Texas, Huntsville, Texas, Houston, Texas, any size community, they care about football. High school, Friday night lights, college football, or pro. And know this, every football team makes mistakes. The losing teams are the ones that try to point out who's to blame. The championship teams are the ones that say, don't worry about it, man, we got this. We're going to make sure that we go score again, that we're going to win this game.
This is so dishonest. So let's understand what happened. Elon Musk and Donald Trump fired 600 people at NOAA and the NWS, the National Weather Service. That led to a degraded ability to forecast accurately. To add insult to injury, they also cut the number of weather balloons that are used to get the data for the weather forecasting. That destroyed our ability to get accurate information. I've personally experienced it, where it's going to rain from this time to this time. It starts raining at a time when it didn't say it was going to rain. The rain lasts 5 times as long as they said it was going to last. It's way more severe than they thought. I've already witnessed this myself. And what happened was, there was supposed to be rain coming through central Texas, but they forecast about half the amount that it actually ended up raining. So people were not able to evacuate. And you had this camp filled with little kids near a river, and the river flooded everything in sight and killed massive numbers of people. This is all, you can draw a direct line between Doge, Elon, and Trump destroying our weather forecasting ability and what happened. If Kamala Harris was president, hear me now, quote me later. If Kamala Harris was president, these kids would be alive. I don't know what the final number is going to end up being, but let's say over 200. The over 200 people that were killed by this, they would be alive. At the very least, you would cut in half the number of people who died. Some might have decided, I'll roll the dice, and maybe it's not going to be as bad as they say, and they ended up dying. But at least knowing that what you should be doing is evacuating, and that the amount of rain coming through is biblical, most people are going to up and leave, right? So they cause this. I hate how fucking weaselly these people are. It's like when some psychopath gets a gun and does a mass shooting at a school, and then they go, thoughts and prayers. Oh, we're not going to worry about, bro, it's a loser mindset to try to figure out what we can do to stop this. Thoughts and prayers. No, maybe the problem is we should have red flag laws so psychopaths who are saying, I'm going to shoot up the school, they can't get a gun. Isn't that a good idea? Isn't it a good idea to have universal background checks to make sure some repeated violent felon doesn't have access to a weapon and won't go do a mass shooting? That, like, they don't actually give a fuck, number one, about who caused the problem, because it's them. But number two, solutions to the problem. Oh my God, I'm so done with these people.
The losing teams are the ones that try to point out who's to blame. The championship teams are the ones that say, don't worry about it, man, we got this. We're going to make sure that we go score again, that we're going to win this game.
If a Democrat was responsible for a tragedy, is this what they'd be saying? When the wildfires ripped through Los Angeles, were they out there like, bro, don't politicize this. That's a loser mindset. Think about it like it's a football team, bro. No, they were, Gavin Newsom's horrible. Karen Bass is horrible. She was away, and that's unacceptable, and this and that. Meanwhile, Ted Cruz was on another vacation during another natural disaster in Texas, and there's pictures of him in fucking Greece taking pictures of ruins. So apparently Texas does have an early warning system. It's when Ted Cruz goes on vacation. That's when you know the state's in serious trouble. But when it's a Democrat, it's, oh my God, fire them. They're accountable. How dare they? They don't know what they're doing. They ruined everything. They're the worst. When it's them, let's not even talk about that, man. Like, we look forward. We don't look backwards.
The way winners talk is not to point fingers. They talk about solutions. What Texas is all about is solutions. In fact.
So what's the solution, Dippy? You know what the solution is. The solution is, don't cut NOAA. Don't cut the NWS. Don't fire the 600 people. Rehire the 600 and hire another 600. Put more weather balloons up in the sky. Like, these are the solutions, and none of you support it. None of you support it because you're anti-government extremists and fascists. None of you support, you don't believe in the basic shit the government. If some family's going starving, you don't want them to get food stamps. If some disabled person doesn't have health care, you go, fuck you, pull yourself up by your bootstraps, find a way to get it. The government shouldn't hand it out to you. You don't believe in solving problems. I never understood. Being a Republican and running for office literally makes no sense to me. Imagine somebody being like, I hate my job. I don't believe in it at all. I think that the people who are doing the same job as me are criminals. I think we provide nothing good whatsoever, but I will spend my life at this job. Like, only in politics can you be like, this has 0% chance of working or making anything better or doing anything fruitful, but I will stay in this position. Like, what? No, if people in government should believe in the capacity of government to do good things, right? Like, if you're an elected official, shouldn't you feel like I have a responsibility to the people? Like, I have to try to make the system better, make it function better, make it help people. But no, they're like, I hate government. Government sucks. Government's the worst. It can't do anything right. And we're going to try to have every position in government so that we can then prove our position. We will actively try to make everything suck and then go, see, everything sucks. Government's fault. Well, maybe it's you and how you do government.
I want to read you something that I received last night that's worth emphasizing to put this in context. Tragedy has come. That part is done. What we do now, who we are now, that's what the story is still being written. Let it be one of grace, of grit, of fierce love in the face of grief. Let it be the kind of story that proves that the hill country may flood, but it does not fail. Say what you will about Texas, but when the rivers rise, so do we. Not with blame, not with bitterness, but with boots on the ground, arms around strangers, and hearts wide open.
If it was a Democrat who fired 600 people at NOAA and the NWS, if it was a Democrat who cut the number of weather balloons, if it was a Democrat who ruined our forecasting ability and then these people died, there is no way he'd be saying the same thing here. No way. He would be screaming at the top. He would be calling for them to get arrested. And you know what? It would be acceptable in that scenario because if you are responsible for destroying our forecasting ability, then people die because of it, you should be arrested. There are so many things that were just taken for granted about a functioning civilized society, right? And then Elon and Trump come in there with a sledgehammer and destroy everything to give all the money to the rich. And people realize, like, whoa, holy shit. What the fuck? Nothing works anymore. Yeah, nothing works anymore. By the way, this already happened in Kentucky. We covered it on this show. We're one of the few outlets that covered it. 27 people died because of severe weather in Kentucky. Same thing. The forecasting system sucked, so people couldn't save their lives. And here he is like, oh, everybody stop, no criticizing, no blaming, no. And then he says like, we need to focus on solutions. And he doesn't give any fucking solutions. Because you know what the solutions are, and they are left-wing solutions. Fund this shit.
That's the Texas I know, and that's the America that I believe in. What this person wrote is what I know is true for all Texans, and what we will achieve every single day.
I think what triggers me the most is that now I have zero faith in our ability to solve literally any problem now. I have zero faith. Because again, when you see, I don't even know, hundreds of school shootings that we've had since the 1990s, all these children being murdered, and we don't get any serious gun reform. When you see that, you go, okay, that's a really bad sign. It's like a sign of a decaying, decrepit society falling apart right in front of our faces. And then now, like, we literally just had the ability to have accurate weather forecasts. Elon and Trump took it away. And none of these people are willing to go out there and say, hey, why don't we just go back to having accurate weather forecasts? Why don't we just fund NOAA and the NWS and hire more people and put more weather balloons up, and then we're good? None of them say it. So what that proves is the Republicans can make everything as bad as humanly possible. And then nobody's ever allowed to look at the obvious solution and say, let's do that. And if you do say it, they'll swat it aside and say you're demagoguing and you're blaming Republicans and that's not the answer. And like, we've lost our ability to have an honest dialogue now. There is no honest dialogue. The one whole political party has just lost its fucking mind and they have zero interest in solving any problems. They're literally a fascist death cult that's only interested in doing more war, doing full martial law here, giving all the money to the rich, destroying the social safety net. They hate you. They despise you. Yeah, I don't know how a society continues when this is how far it's fallen. I really don't. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.